wanted to open up with. I think it's really interesting. I've seen Pop the Balloon, and I know like what does this have to do with truth and faith and all that? But just as like an opening icebreaker discussion, I guess. The thing that is so interesting to me, they say like, well, I'm a Christian, but then they'll say, what is your zodiac sign? They'll ask this question to the ladies or the ladies ask the men, and they'll make a whole, decision off of it. Is this a real thing? Is this like an important thing to ask people? Like what are your thoughts about, you know, zodiac signs? Because, I'll share my thoughts, but I just think they're, always an interesting conversation. Um, so I didn't know if you want to go first or.
I guess I'll go first. I just want to say, I identify as a Virgo. No, I'm joking.
Ooh,
I'm joking. What was that? Ooh,
'cause I'm a
about?
Virgo.
Oh, dang.
Uh-oh.
Here we, yeah.
So y'all the same, bro. I can't deal. I can't handle y'all.
So you are a Virgo.
I mean, I guess my month, my birthday lands on that. I don't claim it, but
What's your birthday?
September 1st.
Is that Virgo? I don't.
I think
That is.
so.
I mean, I
Okay. Okay.
Early October,
So
late
when's your
September.
birthday?
August 30th.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Okay.
yeah.
Cause sometimes they be like, "Well, I'm a rising Leo
I
or
don't
something."
know all that.
Yeah,
all that.
moon sign.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't.
Gotta know the difference, cause
But yeah, I remember one time, like I was working a job, and this one chick, she was like, "What sign are you?" I was like, I don't believe in that, but I was like, "I'm a Virgo,"
you find it.
and she looked at me sideways, like, I was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "What's wrong?" She was just like, "You a Virgo?" I was like, "Did you have a bad experience?" One, she was like, "Yeah, terrible. Y'all are disgusting people." I was like, "What? Like, how you gonna put what he did on me? Like, like."
Hey,
Yeah, I think people like look into it too much.
you ain't even
Like,
got to look at the sign to know how much trouble Alfonso is.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
You
I
can
ain't
just look at
trouble
him.
at all, brother.
Just look how he be
I
walking.
ain't trouble at all, brother.
Player.
But yeah, I think people look into it too much. Oh, I don't think it's right. I don't believe in it personally, but people look into it too much, and it's like we're all different people, and it doesn't like predict your future, or like or you might see like a random post like Virgos or this and that. Some of it may be true, but some of it is also like not true at all. But it's like you accept the good because it sounds good, so you'll roll with it.
Yeah.
I agree.
So what do you think about this like overall thing? Like you got a whole relationship that you're basing off of the sign, you know? Like what do you think about people using this approach or like in
I just feel like it's like a cheat sheet to
mm,
know someone's personality. 'Cause they say Virgos are very organized and like to plan ahead and stuff like that.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah?
you're right. But I think it's just like a cheat sheet, like I said, to figure out like someone's personalities. So it's easy to say, "Oh, I can't date you because you're a Virgo," versus "I just don't want to get to know you,"
Mm.
because that's just a label, Yeah.
That's crazy not to date somebody because they're a certain sign.
No, for real. There's people like, I can't do Gemini men. You know, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying like I've heard people say that. I'm like, what's wrong with like Gemini? Like I don't. When I was dating, I didn't used to ask like, "What's your sign?" We
Yeah.
got to know each other. But I feel like now, since we're so like woke with the Mercury retrograde and stuff like that, that's just like the first thing that we think of when it comes to dating.
Mm.
I used to think my mom was crazy because she was a Gemini, but that was back then.
Wow. You got rid of
It
your
used
woke
to
up.
make sense for how she was acting. So, like, I'm saying that was the answer for it because she was a Gemini.
Mm. All
Interesting.
right, anointed drip. Go ahead and give us the word.
But long answer short, I don't believe in it. I don't believe in nothing you got to do with it. I just don't see how a month that anybody was born describe who they are. And I have a coworker as well. She always compared me to her son because her son is born May 1st. And it's like, yeah, you like basketball just like my son. He's
That's
born May
funny.
1st. I'm like, it's not a correlation. I know people who are born December 1st that likes basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a correlation. So But yeah, and that's like I always tell her, I was like, that don't mean nothing. She's like, yes, it does. It means a lot. Like she's passionate, and you know when you was like the rising stuff, like
Yeah.
like she's that deep.
Nah, I
And
can't.
it's like if you just put that much towards reading the Bible,
Yo, yeah.
you would know a whole
Hit
lot.
them horns
You'll
for
go
yourself,
far.
brother.
That's what I be saying. Like, if
Yes,
you read
sir.
Genesis, like not too far Genesis, the Bible tell you not to do that stuff. So, I mean, if you're a seeker, if you're a Christian, some people
Yeah.
not. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the verse, where is it? Because bro, wait a minute. I don't even think I had that part on here. Let me see. Oh, Deuteronomy 18, 10 to 12. Deuteronomy 18, 10 to 12. I don't even have my, matter of fact, there go my Bible right there, brother. Or you can use your phone. Because everything they print out on my stuff. But I would say, like, I find it very, problematic. I'm not like, usually I just have the verse right there. But I'm using, if you can open up your Bible, turn with me to Leviticus,
What version you using?
using that KJV.
It matters.
What version do y'all use? Everybody use KJV or? Because I mean, any version, I don't think it's like a problem, but I was just curious.
I used to think that way that it was, but as I matured, it's like
I think you just gotta you just gotta kind of know what you're reading and know what could be a possibility as long as you open minded. But
yeah.
I wasn't trying to.
I don't think you can read out of every version now. I think there is
Yeah,
certain
I think some versions are kind of like I feel like you just need to kind of know like, all right, well, what am I reading this for? To get a commentary or depending on what version you're reading. Like the Message Bible is basically like a big commentary. That's how I look at it. So I don't take it like for his word. But what is it? Deuteronomy 18:10. It's talking about there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter to pass through the fire. Let me see. Is this or that use divination or an observer of times or an enchanter or a witch or a charmer or so when that's the verse that a lot of people go to when they're talking about like an observer of time, like and there's certain things that are not mentioned in the Bible that we use to dictate certain things. And like I would say this. If there's you can take this, bro. If there's like science to back up, zodiac signs, I'm willing to look into it. But I think a lot of people just use this stuff not knowing anything and they're just like kind of associating people with certain attributes because of who they talked to in the past. I think that's a big problem to where it's like that's why I was talking about like on Pop the Balloon. I saw this lineup of ladies and this dude, and they asked him, "So what's your sign?" He said, "I'm a Sagittarius," and she popped her balloon off of that, and I was like, "So you liked what you saw so far?" And then when he said he's a Sagittarius, you're like, "Oh, Gemini's or whatever sign is Sagittarius don't mix well together." I'm just like, I don't know. Like I'm always open to hear what people have to say about these signs, but I think it's so like it's used to the point where people will think they know somebody off. Like it's like I asked this girl. I said, "So you're Aries, like, or what is it? I think Aries. I don't know if there's an Aquarius." She said, "I'm Aquarius." I was like, "So what's the flaws of Aquarius? What flaws do they have?" And maybe it doesn't work that way, but she sure answered the question. She said, "Well, the flaws is sometimes we be too real." Sometimes we be too real. I said, so I was like, is that a flaw though? Like that sound like that's probably a good thing. Like
Yeah.
what you mean? She said, no, like we be too real. Like I mean, but we be real because we have to be. And I was like, so is there a flaw? Like you know what I mean? Because that's the problem I have. If a zodiac sign will tell you your flaw, then you're kind of like, oh, you can fall into the problem of saying, oh, I am this way because my zodiac sign says that I'm this way. Like Libras are said to be indecisive. But I'm like, all right, so when you ask me where I want to eat, I'm just gonna say something because I don't want to be indecisive. So that's my problem. I can't let a sign tell me who I am,
What's your sign?
especially if I
Did
did.
you add-
It's Libra.
Libra? Okay.
Yeah.
My
I knew he
husband.
was a Libra.
My
I'm like,
husband's a Libra.
Oh
He's-
yeah.
He's not decisive. He's very. This is what we're gonna do,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a hard time changing his mind. So I feel like based on how you were raised and your background, is how pretty much how you gonna live your life
Yeah.
until you know experience life lessons and stuff like that. Like you're forever evolving. So like I said, these labels that we are making for ourselves, where it's the zodiac signs or whatever, it's just labels. Like it doesn't determine who you are. So I don't really read into it
Mm-hmm.
like that. Yeah.
I feel like it used to be like just a little fun little thing, and nobody really
Yeah.
took it serious.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
it's like y'all
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
ending relationships and all this stuff because somebody's a different sign. Like it's like, okay, well, like my great granddad is a Scorpio, my dad's a Scorpio, and then my homie John, he's a Scorpio, and I'm like, those are three totally different people. Oh well, your granddad's probably a moon sign Scorpio. That's why he's super nice
Like
and
what's
more
the
quiet.
moon sign? Is that
I don't know.
I just
It depends. I think it depends on like what time of day you were born
oh no.
or something like that. I don't know, but
I think like it's just because people try to use it to predict the future.
Yeah, they just they don't want to live in the now.
and that, yeah,
They want to
that's scary to me.
So
Yeah.
it's like
very